Jones, making videos about leaving religion. The purpose of the videos is to get you to think. Turn your brains on and think. Use logic, use reason, and realize that religion is false. It's fake. Alright? So, for the topic of this video, what should I talk about? I know I haven't made videos consistently recently because, you know, aside from sitting here making these videos, I got a lot of real life going on in my life. You know, making life choices and decide what I'm going to do in my life, considering the surgeries and what I can and can't do, and what I had been doing I can't do anymore. And so you have to find a different path because the bills keep coming, and you got to find out what your limitations are. And physically, I'm limited to what I could do before. Now I know in my current life, before, I used to rely on physical strength. Physical strength was my thing. I was tall, so I'm 6'4". I was average on 230. Was real strong, could lift and do whatever. But after a hernia surgery, and they're trying to tell you don't lift no more than 15 to 20 pounds, what? So what am I supposed to do? And then my other job, I was a printing press operator for like 20 years. And that industry is changing because if, like you all don't know, but in the printing industry, most of you get emails instead of mail in the mail. They try to eliminate the paper. When you get a Kindle, that's a whole book sit in an email that no one's printing. They're telling y'all to go paperless. So when you're going paperless, what happens to the people that produce the paper and the ink and who have to ship it and what have you? Things change. So the industry I was in as a printer has changed drastically, which changed my life drastically to what you're going to do next. So between doing what I got to do to survive and making videos, that would explain the gaps that are here. So I do want to explain to some of you, you know, my knowledge of the Bible and its many contradictions and the situations that go on in the real world that we see that happen. So I guess for this one, I'm going to go ahead and shoot this one to Pastor David E. Wilson, since this is the time, right? And this is what, October 23rd, 2019. So Pastor David E. Wilson is caught in a video performing oral sex to a extreme, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? He's not slouched with it. He has raised the bar from here to here. So some females who might not have seen the video and they were here, have seen the video and realized, like, I was getting baloney, but I know there's steak. And this dude has raised the bar on the oral sex. And I mean, you can say what you want to say. I don't care what the men say. It all comes down to what the women say. So I went to YouTube like, yo, what the women saying? And the women are like, if you ain't giving me that David Wilson standard, I don't want that. So, I mean, it's a commercial for him actually, because now the women gonna be coming to him like, hey, I seen what you're working with. I seen what you're working with. You know, I mean, I don't know. Pastors are sought after anyway. But after you see a video of what he is actually doing, that changes the game. And then if you are in church on a Sunday, speaking about it, it only means you've seen it. And that I'm trying to get this straight right here. Let me get this straight. So don't see and act like you ain't seen what had happened. Left is right. Don't act like you ain't seen what has happened. You've seen it. You've seen more. You're like only acting like you haven't. But what he did in that video changed the game. You can't be a slouch anymore. Like I say, won't he do it? And he ain't God, and he is Pastor David E. Wilson has changed the game where the women are expecting something more than what was given before, okay? So we're all adults here, I hope. And I mean, you know, somebody sent me the video, I was like, dang, I saw it and I was like, dang, dude went in. Then it was like I heard about it, somebody sent it to me, it was like, boom. Now I'm on my timeline on Facebook and everybody's talking about it. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is what we talking about now. So this is the whole thing. So whether you are a believer or non-believer, this was the thing, but it wasn't seen as such a bad thing because he was good at it. Bottom line. Now, if he had done a slouch job, we'd have an issue. But because he did a top tier job, we have an issue. And I was like, damn. So I ain't know, and I found out, I'm trying to keep it straight. I found out it was like the top trending topic on Twitter that people were talking about this. So now, I remember years ago when I was married, and my ex-wife and I went to a retreat that was done by my cousin. I'm not going to mention his name, who's a bishop at a, you know, higher profile church, and talked about cunnilingus and some other things. Here we are now, it's on video. Come on, it's not like we wasn't doing all this stuff before. Now we're just seeing it on social media. This has been going on. It's nothing new. You're just seeing it on social media. And now it's a big deal because we're talking about the church. But as always with the church, and what did he do when he came back? And I Googled it. First service back, what happened? He goes up there and is like, you know, okay, y'all know y'all saw me. And, you know, my God is on my side. And, you know, I'm a man, I'm dealing with things, but my God is on my side. Working with my man things. I have needs and what have you. And the bottom line is, if we have someone in Texas whose family member is killed by a police officer in their home, and you forgive them for that, the loss of life, and the pastor says, forgive me for doing what most of y'all are doing anyway, what's really going to be the outcome? You're going to forgive him, and life is going to go on to the next thing. And because so many people came to see him anyway, the collection plate was probably a little more heavier, right? And that might be a little more heavier. That some other pastor might leak his own sex tape. Who knows? But what I'm saying is, the church is always forgiving of anything. If y'all can forgive folks for killing somebody in their own house, right, for doing nothing, y'all can forgive someone for running up in the church and shooting and killing 9 people. Surely you can forgive a pastor for doing what people are doing every day in pleasure, and no one's being harmed. So this too shall pass. Really. But the only issue with it now is, it has nothing to do with the church. It has to do with real life. Now the bar has been raised on what women might expect from you, from seeing what can be done from a man. And that's the videos I saw on YouTube where the women, they weren't pissed about what he had done and the fact that he was married, right, one. No. The fact that he was a pastor, one. The fact that he was married, two. And the fact that the woman that he performed the act on was the daughter of the wife's best friend, three. But they will forgive him and move on. What I hate in these situations is, if it was all about the devil or whatever had happened, include the woman when the man makes his statement and say, forgive me and forgive her. Not just forgive me because y'all numbers got exchanged somehow, and 9 times out of 10, the pastor got her number and they started communicating, and what happened. And trust, this wasn't the first one, the first time this happened, and it might not be the only video or the first time that this happened. Y'all do this one time and recorded it. I'm just saying, y'all were comfortable with it. So this has been going on. So that's my thing about that. Just like with the whole thing with Pastor Gray. And I did a video about that. And he bought his wife the expensive car. And he supposed to be the preacher. Oh, now his wife is his covering. And oh, he was like a boy and all the, all this protecting the man while calling the woman the devil. How did this man hook up with this woman? Did she, come be with me, meet me in the hotel room, you gonna be here, and he didn't know what was going on? No, anybody knows when a dude was in the hotel room or wherever and did whatever with the woman, he did it willingly. So when they did their little speech and the wife knocked Pastor Gray out the way and started talking about calling her the devil, and then calling her husband like he was a boy or he wasn't a man, and she's his covering. The whole thing is, why not ask forgiveness for both parties? See, this is what the Bible does. The beginning of the Bible, we in the 4th chapter, Genesis, 66 books, all these chapters. But in the 4th one, the woman is the cause of the fall of all humankind. And so now the theme for the rest of the book is, oh woman, because you messed up, now you must be submissive to your husband, and and you're gonna experience pain in childbirth, even though your cervix or whatever is only so many centimeters, but a child is more centimeters than the size of your cervix. So in natural law, of course, it would hurt, because if you're constipated, constipation has nothing to do with sin. It just means that the waste that's coming out is bigger than the hole that it's coming out of, and there's going to be some discomfort coming out. So that's what childbirth is. A woman only dilates to 10 centimeters, and a child might be bigger than that. If they're too big, you have a cesarean section / C-section, which is natural. It has nothing to do with some Bible mess. If a man has, what are those things called? When they in the urinary tract, and then the build up, and they have damn, what are those things called? Kidney stones. So is kidney stones a result of the original sin, or is kidney stones because the stones are bigger than the urinary tract that they're coming out of, and is very sensitive, and those kidney stones hurt to come out? This is not no spiritual mess or whatever. This is reality. Understand what I'm saying? So, we'll bring it back. So we're talking about a pastor doing what pastors do. Who's shocked that the pastor cheated? Let me see a show of hands of who's shocked that the pastor cheated. And after this commercial of showing what he can do, who will be shocked that he cheated again? Who? And he was sloppy with it. Like, what's that girl name? China. Yeah, Black China. They leaked some stuff on Black China. Yeah, I saw it. Whatever. I ain't no Christian. And that was sloppy. It was sloppy. You could have done yourself rather than have that. But from what the women saw, from what this man did, yeah, some of them that's close to him, he getting more clients. And who saw the video with the woman in church talking about herself backsliding and talking about, and I had backslid, and I was, I was prostituting, I was licking on their balls, and they took the microphone away from her. That was a commercial. Because believe me, when she said I was licking on their balls, all dudes like, I guarantee you after service, dudes was slipping her their number to get their balls licked and everything else. So, and then when the guy took the microphone, the man that took the microphone handed the microphone to a female pastor on the pulpit. It only stopped because it was a female pastor on the pulpit, and of course she's a female, don't want to hear that. But trust me, every dude in that church heard what she said, and that was just a commercial, and she gonna have plenty more balls to lick on and get paid from that commercial in church. I'm sorry to tell you that. Religion is bullshit. Point blank. I'm just saying, call it what you want. We in the real world. We grown people. This is the real world. It's the real world. That's how it goes. So, I think for this video, I'm gonna be done with this because there's nothing more to say about this. I mean, just let me recap. You know how the church is. The pastor sins. Is exposed. He asks for forgiveness. His members will forgive him. Life will go on as usual. Another scandal will happen that will overshadow what he did. We'll remember it, but it won't be the main thing like it is right now. And the sheep will continue to give their money to that church. regardless. Now, whatever's going on with his marriage, he got to deal with that. But the church will pay. If she leave and you got alimony, the church will pay it. So it doesn't matter. I don't care what they do. The church members always support these pastors. Always. They will support them to the end. I don't care what they do. Like the pastor that sold tickets for $500 to heaven, and you could bypass the judgment over in Africa. $500, they bought the tickets, and when he was arrested, they said, release him. How can you substantiate the claim that he made? They don't care. They are such lost sheep. They are eating grass, getting kicked in the stomach while they're pregnant, getting slapped in the face, dunking their babies. They don't care. Religion has made them stupid, and they don't care. And just like with Eddie Long, when all those boys, men came forth, and he was like, I'm like David, I got 5 smooth stones. And, you know, I haven't thrown not one, and the next week he's settled out of court. And then when he was dying of AIDS, which I heard people I'm in the Atlanta area, and people were saying it was in the hospital, he died from AIDS-related whatever. That's what I'm telling you, what they told me. He died from AIDS-related diseases, talking about he was a vegan. There's some thick vegans out here. I've been online and seen some thick vegans. Vegan don't mean skinny. What's it called when you stick your tongue down your throat, right, and throw up? Yeah, that means skinny, like the models. Vegan does not equal skinny. So something was going on where he looked like a turtle man. He was all in the suit all around him. He just a head in the suit, and then he just dying but lying about it. But he's dead and he ain't gonna answer for it no more. And now another crook, Pastor Jamal Bryant, took over that. So business as usual. Business as usual. So everybody gonna like what I'm saying? Whatever. It's just my opinion. If you don't like it, whatever. Don't watch the video. I mean, whatever. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Left is right. Leave religion. Religion is fake. There ain't no God, ain't no Jesus, ain't no Holy Ghost. The Bible is fake. I'll say it all day long. Y'all take y'all there. I'm out of here. Peace.
Listen. Hey, who am I if I am not afraid? Don't come to me with your religion, I don't like to pray. Because if God really exists and he witnessed the shit I did, I'm pretty sure that bridge was burnt the day that it was made. I put myself in situations that lead to disgust, sacrifice commitment for the feeling of lust. Act like I don't give a fuck, my presence is bad luck. Creator problems that don't exist which prevent me to trust. But for a minute, can we change the topic? I get on social media and read the same comments, that flame emoji, and they always asking when you dropping, when I know they only interested in the profit. My loyalty determines who get paid, so don't expect a cut if you wasn't with me when I took a fade. I'm stuck inside this place we call hell. I'm not good at asking for your help, trying to have faith inside myself, but I don't really know myself, yeah. Stuck inside this place we call
Yeah, somebody's sitting right with that Flint, Michigan situation. Something's not right. We have, like in third world countries, we always talking about other countries, but we have that stuff going right here in America. We have homelessness, right? We have all disease going around. We got places that are like a war zone. People getting killed, daily. But yet we all in these other countries. If you talk about making America great again, it's like you want to deal with America. How about we take all that money we spending on military and use it here? All these programs we have right here. Let's use it for that. Instead of trying to figure out the next war we can get into, and putting other people's children in jeopardy. And then once they get in jeopardy, once they get messed up, got PTSD, and they come back and they messed up, then they end up being the ones standing out there on the street corner with the signs. It's like we just got to get it together, man. I mean, it's jacked up all the way around. It's just injustice. It's just not right. And I know, like with black people, we get tired of hearing that mess about the slavery. Like, y'all just come on, y'all. That was 400 years. Just get over it. Get over it. What do you mean? What you mean? Get over it? Black people just started voting around 50-something years ago. Really? We're not that. My mom is 69. So so we're talking about within her lifetime, black people wasn't voting the whole time. You know, it's not no get over it when we see what's going on. You can't say get over it when the same injustice is going on, just like in slavery time. I don't like watching the videos with the police abusing their power. It makes me mad, really, really mad. And now it's like slavery because black people they can sit around and record it, but you can't do nothing. The only difference between you and this man is he got on a uniform. Instead of you can't pull the cops off the people and say, leave them alone. You can't even intervene. You have to sit there and watch them kill somebody and do nothing about it. But record a video, which means absolutely nothing, because they're going to put him on administrative leave, then find out he was only doing his job and he's back at work. And we got him on we got the fallen person on the t-shirts and all on social media, and life goes on. It's same thing as when they beat a slave on the plantation. What could you do? Nothing. And just be glad it wasn't you. You have to sit around. People have to literally sit around and watch people get abused by the police and can't even intervene and do anything else. When I've seen in other countries, see, this is what I like, is other countries, they will intervene. Because if you're in China, you're dealing with Chinese. Mostly you're going to be dealing with Chinese. So they're dealing with their own people. People over there in Korea and Japan, in India. You know, a lot of people, they're dealing with their own people that looks like them. So it's pretty much the same. But when you come here, race becomes a big factor. Especially since the fact that it's going to be the white people that's going to run everything. The white people run the justice system. We don't. They created the justice system. They put the judges in place and, you know, the Supreme Court. No, we didn't do any of this. This is their system. So if something happens, we're in their system. Now you in their system. Now you can't vote. Now you can't have a firearm. Now you're marked, you know, and you got to do parole or go see a parole officer. Now you can't smoke weed or do something. Why? Because you're in their system. And even though you're not behind the bars, they still have you in their system to monitor you and watch you. It's the same thing. I saw over there with the Pope, when all that stuff was happening with the priests raping the kids. They have the power. They have the power to tell the police, stay out of it. We got it. It's an internal thing. We got it. Thanks, but no thanks. We got it. Really? See how they can do over there? No. Is the police matter? No, it's a church matter. It's our matter. We got it. We can't do that. Tell the police, no, this is a black thing. We got it. No. They coming all up in that. Ain't gonna regulate it. Every time they don't like something, they make a new law against it. And then I think, and like I said, these are not racist videos at all. I'm just pointing out things that are true. Like when I had white coworkers, and I clearly knew they were like in their 50s. They didn't know what was really going on. People think, well, the black people, they're just committing crime. No, it's not about black people always been committing crime. The deal is you make crime, you make things for us a crime that's not a crime for you. So a white person, looking a white person in the eye, you make that a crime. Things you make a crime. Drinking from the same water fountain, that's a crime. Using the same bathroom, that's a crime. Walking in the front door of an establishment was a crime. Not giving up your seat to a white person was a crime. So you made things crimes for black people that wasn't a crime for white people. Excuse me. A mob of white people beat up a black man, not a crime. Nothing happened. A mob of white people hang a black man. Might be a crime, but those who run the law are in on the crime, so they don't see it as a crime. You got to think about how many pictures have you ever seen with black people with their families, children, standing around the body of a white man hanging from a tree, smiling too. Have you ever seen this? Standing around two black men hanging in a tree, or tied to a tree with their arms behind their back and their body has been burned. You posing taking pictures with this stuff. Oh, y'all, slavery was back then, get over it. How? How do you get over it? I mean, you've never seen it. The KKK clearly is a hate group and has committed hate crimes. Yet in 2019, they still have rallies. But when the Black Panther came around, just saying, we just want to protect our people from you. Oh, break that up. No, you can't let them get joined together and be strong and be helping the community and what have you. That's a hate group. Why? Because they're all black. That's a hate group. Really? So break the Black Panther up. But in 2019, the KKK is still going. Still going. Putting on police uniforms now. Putting on the judge's robe now. Prosecuting attorneys now. COs in the prison now. They just changed the uniform, but the mindset is still here. I still remember being on the job and the white guy came to me with the Kaepernick thing like, he started the national anthem and he took a knee. He was mad or he took a knee. And this hurt you how? Because he did it during the national anthem. You do know the national anthem is 3 verses, right? It's 3 verses. Maybe you might need to Google the national anthem, read that 3rd verse, and then come back and tell me, should we not take a knee? You got a problem with a knee. They keep the national anthem to 1 verse. Don't go past verse 1. Don't get into 2, and especially don't get into 3. But these are things we don't want to talk about either. We don't bring this stuff up. We do not bring this stuff up. I hope I ain't upset some of y'all out there like, man, I can't even hear about religion. I still got the religion videos, I do. But at the same time, I'm still a black man. And I know for a lot of black people, we hate to see black people protecting this Christianity. That Stockholm syndrome, the same religion that was meant to make you docile and passive and turn the other cheek and pray for massa after he whoop you, the same people protect this religion with their lives, not knowing the true history behind Christianity, not knowing all of the atrocities attributed to Christianity. And when I say Christianity, I'm talking about Catholicism too. And as much as you want to try to separate Catholicism from Christianity, it's no different from the heads on the coin and the tails on the coin. It's the same coin. Same coin. It's all the same stuff. You even got your Christian Bible from the Catholic. So don't sit around and talk about, I'm not a Catholic. You're reading that same New Testament they put together. So it's all the same thing. And the atrocities that have been attributed to religion and continue today. Continue they are supporting it, backing it up, believing its claims. And now you even got groups trying to use it as proving their history. Proves their history, how they got to America, who they really are. That's what religion has done. Religion has done nothing but divide. Because all religion is division. Now you need to come to Jesus, you come to Jesus. And if you turn around and say, okay, all right, I got you. All right, I'll believe on Jesus. All right, now what? Well, now you got to get baptized. No, they ain't got to get baptized. If you really saved, you're going to speak in tongues. You don't have to speak in tongues. Your wife need to cover her head and not be showing her ankles. No, they don't have to do all of that. And once you come into the religion, you can't agree on anything. You got to believe Jesus is God. No, Jesus isn't God. He's the Son of God. It's just division. All right, so I believed on Jesus, now what? Come to the Baptist, come to the Methodist, come to the AMC, come to the Holiness, come to the Southern Baptist. Well, which one is it? Well, come over here to the Protestants. Which one is it? You know? You don't know. It's just more division once you get it. That's all it does is divide. Divide. Even when you left religion, division. Your family and friends, people left you because you didn't believe something. Like believing something is that strong that makes a person kill a relationship. Kill a lifelong relationship because you don't believe something. I mean, people, America's a Christian nation. I mean, it might as well be. It is really not. And they only use Christianity when it benefits them. I mean, they don't really care about the Ten Commandments. If they really used the Ten Commandments, they wouldn't write up their own laws. They write up their laws. You notice they don't ever say. It says here in verse 1 in chapter whatever in the Bible that they don't talk about that. They don't tell you what their laws say. You are a side note. It's a side note until election come up and all of a sudden politicians get religious, showing up at the churches and showing their face at the mega churches. Hey, you vote for me. It's a bunch of crap. Religion and politics, all of it's crap. Well, y'all, I'm going to end this video because I'm just rambling. I'm just upset about things. Upset about things. And people say, well, just be glad you're still here in the land of the living. Have you died before? Then you don't know what death is like, so don't talk about death if you ain't been there. Because I don't see nobody coming back complaining from death. Ain't nobody coming back from death complaining and telling me, it ain't good, I don't like death. They gone. Could be better. You might die and be pissed that you didn't die sooner. Think about that. Who knows? But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, y'all. I done ranted and raved and whatever. And for some of y'all, I know that y'all listen to this while you're on your commute to work, or you commute home from work, or if you're just out there just chilling. Larissa, I see you out there doing your thing. You know, we talked about this. I said I was going to talk about it, so. Well, other videos be about religion, I guess. I just wanted to get this one off my chest, y'all. This is it. So I'm out of here. Y'all take care. Peace.